Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. And in today's video, we are going to talk about how to do UAT testing in Tableau. So this was one of the very requested topics. So I'm just creating this video today. I hope you will enjoy this. So let us get started without wasting much time. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So to understand from development perspective, there are the most important things are one is development of your report, and second is testing of your report. Okay, and then migrating of your report, or if at all I want to add one more point here, that also we can do, and that is understanding uh, your report requirement. That's it. Okay, so today we are going to talk about testing your report. Now, once the code is developed, okay, so from a developer's perspective, once the code is developed, we need to do certain tests so that we can ensure whatever the report that we have built is good, it is following the requirements, and it is passing the values that we are showing on the dashboard. So this is something that we need to check. So there can be two levels of testing. So when I say two levels, one is from developer's perspective. Developer's perspective, which means I am creating my report and I am validating my own report before handing it over to testing team from own validation. Now after that, we do some sanitation check on the report, we are ensuring everything that the requirement is given and all it is falling. Then we ask testing team to test the report. That is their validation. Okay, again, they will be doing their end-to-end validation. Now, for to give you a very clear-cut example of how I'm taking a sample dashboard here, and consider this is the dashboard I am taking. So I'm taking a random dashboard that I had. Okay, so what all that we see on the screen here or on the dashboard here, we have certain titles, we have some parameter options, we have some filter options, some values that it is being displayed, and all of that we have here. Okay, so now this is our dashboard. So all this we need to validate one by one. So starting with title. What is the title? Okay, are there any typos or incorrect title names given? Okay, that is the first check. So now how will I do? So for that, I'm simply trying to create an Excel document here, and we are going to see if it is matching or not. So let us just close this. I'm just going to create. So you can either use an Excel or you can use a Word document, but Excel is more preferable because you can expand it as much as you need on the right, and you have larger space here. So simply you can go here. So first thing I'm just trying to take is the title here. I will take the title as this. Okay, I'll go to my Excel. I'll write it as test case 1. Okay, and here you can give the name validating test case. Title, validating name of the title, or you can write whatever you are doing, name of the dashboard here. Okay, and I'm going to paste the screenshot that is there on the dashboard. Now you can just adjust the size according to what your Excel, so that it does not look awkward. And again, you can put another screenshot here from the requirement document, whatever you have here, or maybe you can put it here. So I'll just put it here. So I'll write from dashboard. Okay, and here I'll write from requirement document, and I will paste that link here again. Same. Suppose I have sales dashboard, something like this I have. Okay, now I'll just highlight this. Now this and this is matching for me, so I will write test case result, and then I'll write it as passed, and I'll mention that in green. So this sort of things we can do always in Tableau. So this is a very basic case. So for one test is done. Now I'll scroll further. Okay. So one thing is, again, you can categorize or create multiple tabs here based on the types of test you are doing. So this is all about title names and all. So all title names you can add it here in this. Okay, so one is the dashboard title, first thing. Then you have sales by month, sales by state, state by sales by region, and all of that you can add it in here itself. Okay, so that will become again your different test cases here. Okay, so I'll just write test case 2. So you'll just put the second screenshot here. Okay, and then here like this, and again ensure the size is again matching to your requirement, or I mean you are adjusting it according to the screen size here, and everything you are pasting here. So again, test case result, whatever is there, that is if passed or passed. If it is failed, suppose this is not matching. Okay, so here the expectation was, instead of this, they wanted sales by uh, month, they wanted dynamic, or maybe they wanted only for current month, assume. So I'm just writing it as by current month, right? So what did we actually write? We have written by month, but it is by current month. Okay, so here what happened? Test case failed, right? So in this case it has failed. So failed means I'll just highlight this here. Okay, and probably for this a defect will be created. A defect is created. Okay, and once a defect is created, this screenshot will be put in there stating expected title name is this, but it is showing this. So a defect is created, and you will have some defect number. So it can be your incident 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, or it can be whatever it can be. So some ticket number it will be there. Okay, so now once again it will be assigned back to developer, and developer solves this, and once it is fixed, again this test case will be converted to passed, and a new screenshot will be pasted in here. So that is how the process will happen in real time. Okay, so for all the defects that are created, they will be assigned back to developer. He has to make changes to the dashboard. Now I'll go and change it here. Maybe I'll write it as sales by current month. Okay, I'll click on apply. Okay, I'll make the changes, and again I'll make the changes in all the environments, right? So we are doing testing in UAT environment, which means we have come till UAT, right? So development environment is crossed, and then we are into UAT. So you have to make sure all your lower environments are in sync with every defect that is being created. So you have to make changes in dev, again move that code to UAT. So that is how the standard process is, which means changing in two, or you are publishing the same report after fixing in dev, and again you are moving the same report to UAT. Two methods. Okay, so but you need to ensure that reports are in sync in all the environment. This is one of the very critical thing that we need to keep track of, because in real time there are chances that we might get many defects, right? So whoever is working has to ensure that that particular change for that defect is carried to all the environments. It's not like, we are fixing in only UAT and we are leaving behind dev. Now if someone picks up dev report and he's working on something which is not updated in UAT, and then you are moving it to UAT, then this report will become out of sync. So we don't want that thing to happen. That will cause again a lot of issues. So once you are trying to work on a defect, ensure you are moving it across all the environments. Okay, so that is a very critical uh, part of a developer thing. Okay, so now once this is testing for titles is done. So I'll just write as some number I'll give here, test 001. So in this we have validated titles and all. So when you are explaining your test case stories to the business, you can show that you have done this kind of testing on your dashboard. So they will see, okay, and if they are fine, they'll give sign up, okay, we are good with whatever you have tested, like that. Okay, so now again we are going to test case part 2 here. So in this we are going to validate our second part of report here, that is it can be your values. Okay, now see here, sales by current month is there. So in this what is happening, based on the values or years I am selecting, I am getting certain sales here, right? So now for 2019, what is the sales I have? Ap- April is 1225, May is 181, and again then, so for every month I have some sales here, right? May, June, everything is in May, October and all. Okay, now my intention is to validate all of these values, right? How am I going to do this? Okay, so either you can validate all of the years at once, or you can validate one by one, but having validating both of them is very important. Like individually you are validating, and together also you are validating. Now for 2019, if I'm trying to take, what I'll do, I'll just take the screenshot again. Okay, go to your Excel, again right here whatever test case one, validating sales by current month. Okay, and then put the screenshot. Now these are the values from your dashboard, right? Now we need to go back and check what is the query that is being used to see how it is generating, and then try to frame your own query against the database, and you have to run that. Like say I'm trying to run something like this, select, okay, year, I'm writing month of order date, comma, sum of sales, okay, from sample superstore. Okay, group by month of order date. Okay, where where month of sorry where year of order date is equal to 2019, something like that. Okay, now this might not directly work. You also use a data trunc function. Again, you have to write it with respect to your SQL here, not with respect to Tableau, and adjust it. Okay, and adjust your query. So that way you can write this query and generate the result against run this query against your database, get the results, take the screenshot of that along with the query that you are trying to fetch the results and paste it here. Okay, and then validate the values. If it is matching, again your test case is passed. If it is not matching, it will be failed. So again, if failed, what will we do? We will be creating a defect, a defect created and assigned to developer. Okay, so all of these stories or all of these defects have to be first fixed, and then only your code can be moved to next environment. So this is something that you always need to fix. So I have done for 1 year, right? So 2019 I have done. So like this, you need to validate for every year, like say 2020. Now, once you frame the query, so for every year, you will just take the screenshot for 2020. Okay, again, put it here. Same thing again, results from database and query and your result. So all of that you will be doing it or repeating it. Okay, so one by one you will be doing 2018, 2019, 2021. Individual years it is matching. Okay, fine. Now all I'm selecting and I'm just putting it here. Now you will validate this also, selecting all the years, what is the value you are getting. Now it should match with again your database or whatever the filters you have applied here. You have to ensure you are framing your query and you are writing it appropriately. Okay, that is one thing that you need to take care. So once that is done, your again test story 2 is completed, and then again you can go back to your test part 3 here. You can work on maybe actions or this filtering options. Okay, so you can develop query, you can check for each state or multiple states. You can do the more detailed testing you are going to do, the better it will be, because if you find defects in UAT, it is fine. If you find defects in your lower environments, it is fine. But once the report goes to production and the defect pops up, that time everyone will question why wasn't this tested in lower environments, why is it coming now. So it is always better to test more and more whenever you get time. This is for both developers and for testers, whoever are testing. Okay, so keep this in mind whenever you are testing. Try to do as detailed as possible. Okay, again here you need to ensure in this thing what you can do, navigation, if at all there is any navigations, so you can work on that. Actions, you can check parameters. Okay, you can check drop downs, you can check or filters, you can validate all of that. You need to validate one by one here. Okay, suppose here, I mean, maybe we have only one, but if there are any dashboards, like say this one, I am clicking on this. So if when I click on this, it should download PDF file. So is it downloading, or are there any problems in that it is not downloading? All of that you have to capture. If it is downloading, again that download option is working fine and you can pass the test. If I'm clicking on this, it has to download in Excel format, but you see it is not downloading, which means I have an issue here. So you can raise a defect stating this action is not working and it is a failed test case here. So I'll write test case. I'll write it as download to Excel not working as expected. Or simply you can write download to Excel. You can write test case. So you will write it as failed, not working as expected, and then created defect and assigned it to developer. Now again developer will come back and say what he has done. He will see that action is missing on that. He will make that change and again he will publish it to dashboard. So once he make the changes, he'll again notify the testers and again they will validate the report. Once that is done, this story will be converted from failed to passed. Okay, so like that everything that you do will be tracked here. Okay, so this is test case 1, 2, 3, and end of the day when all of the defects are fixed, by developer, and once tester is completed his end-to-end, testing on the report, then this report will be submitted. This is called as a test case document. Okay, so this document is called as a test case document, and this will be published to a business location where they have all the important documents of that particular project or of that particular report that you are working, so that in future if anyone wants to see what all you have done or what a testing team has validated, they can always go back to this report and see what are the testing done. So that is why having a document will always help. Okay, so create a document like this even if you are a developer and validate all of your values, and you can also show the proof that okay, this is what I have done during my testing and it was looking good for me. So you can submit your document from your perspective and testing team will do their own testing. Okay, so maybe we will do at a higher level. From developers perspective, we will do at a higher level. We will ensure the values are working fine or not, or whether everything is being displayed or not, like that. Okay, so yeah, that's about how a unit testing is done in Tableau. I hope with this video you have got some clarity of how to create a testing document and also how to validate your report. So with that said, I'm ending my today's video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.